Welcome to Upgrade. So today we're actually going to upgrade our Wi-Fi connection. Now we have an extender here. You can use it for a couple of different ways. You could bridge them, you could extend it. Most of the time that people purchase this to extend the actual range of their connection. Now this one is PoE. That means you're going to need a wire cable to feed it either power or just Ethernet. If you don't have a PoE switch, it's fine, or router, it's fine. You could always get a PoE adapter. And this one's simple. Basically, one connection comes in, one connection goes out. One comes to the internet, the other one goes out to your actual system here. Now, this will be connected to the wall. In order to get the range that you require, you are going to need the cable. Now, if you think that you're within range of another router or wireless device, you could bridge them too. But recommendation, you want to get the full throttle on the actual extender is to connect it. Now, in the back, you could add a DC, which is a 12-volt connection that you connect here, or like I said, PoE switch. If you have a PoE, you could connect it here. Now, if you don't have either of those things and you just have Ethernet, my recommendation is get this. This is the actual injector that you're going to need, all right? This is going to give you the power that's necessary, that's needed, all right? This is going to give you the 12 volts, all right? We're going to set this up and we're going to go step by step. Now, they do give you instructions how to set up your phone. There's an app that you could download. You could set it up and it's very simple. We're also going to do the app too. So let me plug this in and we're going to change the configuration and I'm going to show you step by step on some of the stuff in here and see if it's the right thing for you. So this is a Wi-Fi 7. So if you probably have your current router at home from your provider, it's not Wi-Fi 7. It's slower than that. They don't spend the money for those kind of equipment. So recommendation, maybe look into something like this to get you either further extended to your facility or your house. Now I'm going to use this for an actual shop that I have. So we're going to extend the cable out to the shop and this is going to provide me internet. And the reason I do is because I'm going to do live streaming through there. I want to be able to transfer at a fast rate and this is going to get me that because I do have files on my server that I need to transfer to that shop. I don't want to come back and forward. This is one way I'm going to do it. So let's go ahead and set this up and see how it works. All right, so I do have PoE on my actual system that I'm not going to require the injector, but I could show you how to do it. So it's basically you are going to need another cable besides your cable. One comes in here and the other one comes out pretty much, all right? That's the basics, right? But this does have to be power up if you don't have a PoE. But because I do have a PoE, I'm going to show you guys. It just plugs in and I'm going to block the actual serial number. So if you guys can see, just plug it in. I'm going to plug it in mine because I do have PoE. You're going to see some light up, right? And right in the front of it. It gives you that power, if you guys can see that. So there's enough power right now. It's going to boot up. And I'm going to go ahead and start setting up through my phone. You are going to require some information underneath to get this going. So let's go ahead and start. All right. So first of all, before you start, you need to get the application. You could get the barcode from the actual instruction. There is no instruction. It's a cardboard that comes with how to install it and the instructions. So let's go ahead and install it. And once you install this, you're going to need some information off the actual extender, so make sure you have that properly set up with you or nearby or access to it, or my recommendation, take a picture of the actual system and then bring it back with you. So we're going to open it up now. On this system here, it's pretty much you have to create an account. If you don't have an account, create one. So we set up the account already and we logged in. Now it tells you right here inventory. So if you have a large amount of all these extenders, you could manage them through here. You could turn them off, you could turn it on, you could throttle, you could change directions on certain people. Like if they're logging in, you want to throttle certain people, you can do that. You can manage it all through this app. You could do it through your actual system. But right now we're going to register a system because it says that we do have one on our network, which is plugged in right now. Go ahead and register. And while you're using it, you do need your barcode. So we're going to bring that and take a barcode picture out of it and see it. So go ahead and use it. Now we're going to assign a name. So we're going to call it the shop. That's pretty much what I'm going to do. So hit done and assign it, already register it. And right now, what is this network's, what is network, all right? So it tells you the scope, all right? You want to know the scope, what is it going to be used for? It's going to ask you a couple questions right now. So it is connected to the internet and all we got to do is finish it
and that's it. Pretty much we have it active. We got to assign a password, right? Right now, this is how it's going to look like. We're going to name it shop 1, all right? Shop 1. Shop 1. That's pretty much how I'm going to name it. Password, we're going to give it a password. You have to have 8 characters on here. You can use your existing password that you have on your existing network. You got a couple of options here. Hide the Wi-Fi, so that means that you have to manually type in shop 1 and then you put in the password. You can find it that way, or you could broadcast this. That means it's going to show up in your list of actual Wi-Fis. Guest Wi-Fi, that's correct. You could set up a guest Wi-Fi. You could throttle this and get it a temporary password, or maybe extend the password for a year. It's up to you. Or if you're having a party and you have guests coming in, you don't want to give them your credentials. You maybe want to give them a guest account for the day they want to share something. This is perfect. Bandwidth limitations, this is where you're going to have to manage the stuff. If you want to make sure everybody's going to get the same bandwidth, they're going to all throttle you down. So you want to make sure you could limit certain people if you want. This is your preference too also, so it's another thing. Now click through. This is an actual, when they get into your Wi-Fi, they're gonna be greeted with a message. So if you ever been to all these places, you set up their password, it actually greets you and it gives you maybe information of what to do or not to do or to do. I mean, you could reference that as a welcome page, for any kind of guests that you have, especially if you're in a clinic or you're running your own coffee shop. You want to maybe give them some information on what not to do, or maybe limitations too also. So we have 3 options: 2.4 hertz, 6 hertz, and 5 hertz. This is a Wi-Fi 7. All right, so I'm going to show you exactly that I can see my system through my iPad. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to log into my iPad right now. And I'm going to not film, but I'm going to show you guys what I'm looking at right now. And if you guys can see, there says shop 1. That's where we're going to get. So we're going to log into shop 1, all right? We just click on. All right, let me take you to the system. So we did a speed test on the system and it showed up right now. So on the network, when you say the dashboard, you could go all the way to the bottom and find out more information, what's connected, how much people have been going, if there any kind of VPN activities going on, if your network's okay. Everything looks like it's okay here. Now clients, this is where I actually logged in. So if you guys could see, you can see the iPad that I logged in. That iPad's connected at 5 hertz, right? We throttled it down to 500 hertz, 500 megabytes per second on that one. And then we're going to see our Wi-Fi. Everything's pretty much connected. So it tells you that system is using the 5G. All right. So it's going to get a good connection. And I have my iPad here. We're going to test it out. And the line is maybe 10 to 20 feet away from me outside somewhere. So we're going to go ahead and test the device. So we're going to do a test. All right. And I'm going to test it out. And right now we're at 500 hertz, 500 megabytes per second on this one. I throttled it down. I have a 1 gigabyte in the house here, but outside I set it up for 500. All right. So for some reason it's giving me 432 by 600. So overall, this whole system, the setup for me, it gives you a lot of information off your hand, how much I have transferred, and it tells you exactly how much transfer rate this system has been using. Right now I used 4.8 megs down and up. It uploaded 600. So it gives you a lot of information. So if somebody's on your network and downloading constantly, and you're complaining about it, or maybe your kids are on their computer, or maybe you have a virus that you don't know. I actually had a virus. It was like a Trojan horse that was doing mining on one of my computers, and it was throttling down the whole network, just because I was looking at how much transfer rate it was happening. We had the system idle for a while, and it was transferring a lot of information, and it's pretty much, you could hear the system running in the background, like the video card was running. A lot of things were slowing down, and it's because it was using the actual system as a mining system. So be careful on some scams, some schemes, and things that happen like this. You could always find information from here. And right now, like you said, your network's not working. You could come in here for additional information. It'll give you more information that your home router has. So very simple, easy to set up on your home. I hope you guys enjoy the video. 99.6 of you are not subscribers in my channel. I hope that the content helps you out and that you find it very useful. And I hope you hit the like and subscribe.